I love reading celebrity written fiction and nonfiction books. But let's be real, there's definitely a scale when it comes to literary merit. For the most part, a lot of celebrity written memoirs or even novels are largely, if not completely, ghostwritten. Then there are celebrities where, not so shockingly, their profession seems to translate pretty well into being a writer. I tend to see that a lot with musicians, directors, and serious actors. So all that is to say that I'm basically fair game to any celebrity written novel. My husband knew this, and when he was looking for books for me for Christmas at Book People, even though I'm not necessarily into all the electronic music he's into, since he's into Throbbing Gristle and this author's other side projects, of course he had to pick this up for me. And this was a solid pick. Now, Cosey is probably more well known for involvement with Throbbing Gristle and then with her later project with her partner, Kristen Cosey. As a nonfiction read, she is definitely going over aspects of her life, but she already had a memoir that was published that focused more on that was already released. So it's more like what has happened since then. It is less of an emphasis on her and more of an emphasis on two role models in her life. You can definitely take this nonfiction biography, memoir, as a somewhat feminist tone, although it focuses completely on English and white women between the three different main characters. So we're looking at her, and we're also looking at two other women across time. Delia Derbyshire is an influential electronic musician who didn't get any of the recognition that she deserved. And that is because during the time period in which she was really shaking things up, she was working for the BBC in a supportive position that allowed a lot of people to take credit for all the hard work that she did. And it may be that one of your favorite songs is actually due to her work. The Doctor Who theme song and the Beatles are definitely mentioned. The other character that she also draws parallels to is Marjorie Kemp. This was a Catholic woman who dedicated herself to the church in the 1300s to 1400s. And is credited with writing one of the first autobiographies in history. Although that seems like a range of different time periods that are being discussed in this book, she really manages to talk about a lot of serious subjects. Even though that seems like a completely different world from the more modern electronic world that she builds upon, she still manages to talk about how important music is between all three women, autonomy, forging your way through the frustration and the roadblocks that society and men have put up against you, and also the harm that has come to them. Obviously, there's going to be some trigger warnings associated with those themes, but I definitely think that this author tackles all those subjects so well, so honest, and is doing some badass work by bringing attention to the contributions that these other women have made. Now, I already knew about Marjorie Kemp, although I haven't read the book. It has definitely been on my TBR, and after reading this, I'm gonna be moving it up. But learning more about the writer herself and Delia Derbyshire, you know I want to check out the movie that was made about her life, the memoir that Cosey wrote before this, and I've been deep diving into both of their musical projects. If you have any celebrity recommendations that are just mind-blowing and really set themselves apart from other celebrity writers, make sure you share it in the comments below.